and the kind of highlights and shadows in between each cabinet door. As a matter of fact, there's not even spacing. It doesn't look like there's even spacing there at all.
Okay.
So that's leading to a very unrealistic look.
В общем, сейчас проблема в том, что расстояние между шкафчиками, ну, то есть между одним и вторым, да, вот эти дверцы, там, ну, типа, ни теней, ни еще чего-то, и поэтому как бы не хватает объема этим шкафчикам. За счет этого они выглядят не супер реалистично. То есть столешница хорошая, вот эта штука на стене, ну, backsplash, да, выглядит хорошо, очень даже. Вот. А вот шкафчикам не хватает глубины, и они, получаются, достаточно как бы плоские и мультяшные.
Да, со шкафчиками мы еще хотим доработать, в принципе, это можно, ну, это, в принципе, да, немножко нужно добавить блеска, ну, я бы добавил еще блеска, и между шкафчиками, когда мы добавляем темный цвет, появляется такой некрасивый такой контур появляется, понимаешь? То есть нужно как-то подумать над тем, чтобы это все дело убрать. Ну, надо будет это все дело посчитать, потому что мы потестим этот вопрос, потому что так просто его не решить.
Я понимаю,
когда
как
просто
ты
добавляешь черный цвет, ну, темный цвет добавляешь, то оно не так смотрится красиво, как хотелось бы.
Ну, я понимаю. А как ты думаешь, сколько вы будете разбираться со шкафчиком?
Я не знаю, это потестить надо, подумать над материалами, посидеть. То есть мы можем, в принципе...
Can I share my screen?
Sure thing. Let me switch to Slack. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see. Oh, is it sharing? Okay, yeah. So I see also just a small error. You see right here, where the cabinet is not even flush with the top here.
So like this part, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But the other thing is, like, you notice just like these are like a lot of details, but for instance, right here, there's no even like a real like gap that you would usually see. You know, at least there's some like shadow in between the cabinets usually. Also, you can see the handles look very. I don't know if that's just the angle we're on, but like this doesn't look, to me, this doesn't look like a finished product. Even the finishing on the refrigerator, you can see how pixelated it is. You see how pixelated this is?
Yeah.
So same thing with even the handles, like nothing, these handles don't look crisp. They don't look like nice and clean. Like the part to me that looks the most realistic is the countertop. He did a really nice job. Other than he's got a seam here, but I guess the seam would be like that anyhow, so that's fine. That's actually fairly realistic. The backsplash, we're losing a little bit of quality, but it's not so bad. But yeah, to me, this is still a long way from being a final. If I want this to actually look like a real final kitchen, that is a photo. I don't think anyone is going to mistake this for a real kitchen yet.
Okay, yeah.
Now, also, I noticed he's using actually like the wood grain looks like realistic for if we add color, but for white cabinets, it's not very typical that someone's going to use wood grain on the white. That's maybe more like the 1980s where they did whitewash, but they don't really do that anymore. So this would probably look good for like other color cabinets, but for just white, you know, we probably don't even need the wood grain.
Okay, so it's like a smooth finish?
Yeah, I mean, like a typical painted white cabinet, you know, I mean. So, yeah, I mean, my goal right now is to really get this thing to where we can look at it and not tell the difference between that this thing is a 3D model and not an actual, or that it actually looks like a real kitchen that was taken a photo of. So, I guess the question for Max is, what does he believe that is going to take?
Окей. Так, комментарии по поводу, если отдельных вещей, то ручки выглядят не супер реалистично. Потом, допустим, покрытие холодильника достаточно пиксельное.
У него разрешение маленькое. У него сейчас разрешение только одна градация у Canvas Size. Мы, когда будем выпускать, это будет Canvas как минимум вторая градация, понимаешь? То есть у него это сейчас очень сильно бьется, вот эти мелкие детали. Поэтому он сейчас его не видит.
Я поняла.
Все сильно играет роль. Если у тебя Canvas первая степень, то она практически убирает всю мелкую, вот эти вот все мелкие
Я понял.
убирает, их не видно просто.
Хорошо, так это первая часть, я сейчас переведу, потом остальное, окей? Потому что там еще. Right, so about like pixels on the fridge and the handles and everything.
Yep.
So a lot depends on like the canvas size and the rest. So as far as I understand, you're like on canvas size 1. That means like the little details are harmed. That's why we see the pixels. But on Max's end, he could like regulate the canvas size and change it. So like it brings more quality to like the little details. That goes for like the handles and the fridge and everything else. So I have yet to translate the cabinet part. So give me just a second. I just like want to do it in sections.
Okay.
All right. Так, и второе по поводу шкафчиков. Вот это деревянное как бы покрытие, ну скажем, я не знаю, как это по-русски, но в общем эти деревянные природные рисунки выглядят очень круто, но на цветном дереве. То есть на белом дереве сейчас такое уже просто, ну, типа, это старомодно, такое не делают.
Я понимаю.
Поэтому как бы сохранить эту наработку, сохранить, естественно, для цветных деревянных материалов. Вот. А для белого дерева лучше сделать просто типа гладкую. Ну.
То, что он говорил насчет того, что отличаются размеры, мы поставили инстанс, пока что копию поставили маленьких дверей. Инстанс-копию, поняла? Которая идет над микроволновкой.
Окей.
И пока не изменили размер. Это можно будет сделать, в принципе, потом автоматически, но мы можем подправить, это не проблема.
Хорошо, так я же по поводу размеров сейчас ничего не говорю, я тебе говорю.
Ну это насчет шкафчиков тоже.
Okay.
Let's do this. So let's do this, and I think going forward, I might have to figure something out because I feel like these will take a little longer than needed, so that we're not running into everyone else's call. So why don't we send what we have right now over, or actually, what you can do is actually, since I don't think Dustin, I don't know if Dustin's available today or not, but actually even today, he can send like the 3D model, what he has today, to Dustin. So Dustin can kind of start looking at it and making some kind of notes.
Okay.
But my concern right now is, and again, this could just be because of the quality that I'm viewing it in. But if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, like for me, even if it's higher quality, when I get into like the cabinet doors, I can already tell that there's not enough like bevel and shadow and highlight like in between the doors, and that this doesn't actually look like a real final product. So I'm expecting, after, working on this thing for a month, that we would have a kitchen that actually looks realistic, that you can't tell the difference from a photo. And not necessarily moving around in the 3D, but at least where we can render a version out that looks completely photorealistic. So, so that's the goal. So what I would like to
do, so
let's get this to Dustin, and then Max needs to continue to work on the details. Like here, it's weird. Like you see this one door right here, here. You see my mouse?
Like the small one?
Yeah, sorry. See, there's a couple of doors that actually.
Oh, are you moving around?
Yeah,
Because
I did by accident. Sorry, hold on.
no, I see a still image just from your screen, so I'm not
Yeah,
sure
hold
it
on.
froze.
Yeah, it's difficult to move in this thing.
No, I'm just saying like I have a fully still image. I'm not seeing any
Oh,
images on your screen right now, like
okay,
at all.
that's weird.
If
Okay,
you could like reset it. Okay,
yeah,
yeah, there we go. No, no, it froze again.
okay. Well, either way, no problem. There's no need for us
Okay.
to continue. So just so that I can move on with the rest of the team. So right now, the number one goal should be that Max really works on the details. For this one, since it's like a white cabinet, I would say save that wood texture because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the wood texture looks nice for other styles, but
Yeah, yeah, I get it. I
we
passed it on,
want
so
like a
we're gonna
nice
save the
white
gray.
painted cabinet for this.
Okay, all right.
So
Quick question.
yes,
Not about like what Max was doing, but about the test task that was sent to our 3D guy.
yes,
As far as I know, there are some comments that Dustin had about it. So should
yes.
I contact him directly for that?
So no, it's in the original task that was provided. So the canvas size, I believe, is off the top of my head. I think it's 9 by 13 feet. And so the actual ones that he provided back, so Chad had actually provided the actual canvas size, and then the test ones that he sent back were not the proper textures. And then even more important, we just sent now a folder of like another, I think it's like 20 or 30 slabs to Eugene,
Uh-huh.
uh, your Eugene. And so for actual like real slabs that we need that should be going on the same like textures. And so I wanted to actually use those as a test. So he should have received a folder from Chad.
Yeah, okay, so, uh-huh.
So Chad, I think, shared, or
Because
not Chad, excuse me,
Frank, yeah.
Frank shared a folder of slab images
Mm-hmm.
with your Eugene.
Yep.
And so those, I think, before he does anything, is have him see about actually creating those into. Those are actually easier than doing the tiles.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I want to make sure he can do at least some of them in the right, where he's keeping
Okay.
the same like perspective, but still enlarging the canvas size.
Okay, so the problem was the wrong canvas, like with the other
Correct.
test
The
task,
canvas
because I
size was incorrect. He like
okay, so
kept it a much smaller. So it should have been part of the original directions and instructions that Dustin provided.
okay,
So he needs to follow that size, and it's in feet, not meters or centimeters. It's in like the metric standard, or in metric, not standard. So I believe, John, I see you're on the call. Is it 9 by 13 the canvas size, or do you not even know off the top of your head?
The canvas for like the visualizer,
Yeah.
usually what 1600 by 1080
No,
or
no, no.
1620 by 1080.
The canvas for like each individual like stone or tile that we run.
Yeah.
I think it's 9 feet by 13 feet. But
I don't understand because as far as everything that I deal with doesn't deal with real world.
okay,
Everything deals with
yeah,
pixels.
okay, no problem. So you don't know. I believe in the instructions, Kate,
okay.
that you'll actually see it's 9 feet by 13 feet.
Okay, I'll take a look at the instructions and I'll
If you have any problem, call me back, and I'll call Dustin if need be.
okay, so he's not available today, right?
No, so today's technically a holiday.
Is it Labor Day or something?
Some of us
Yes.
are working.
Oh,
Yeah.
happy Labor Day.
Some of us are working, others aren't.
All right. Okay, so if I do have any questions, I'll make sure to contact you about it.
Okay.
All right, thank you. So like our number one priority with the new guy is looking at the new slabs that were sent by Frank, yeah?
Correct. Exactly. And actually creating some of them so we can see if he's doing it in the same quality that we typically do it, and we can say, okay, this is good, or modify it.
Okay, okay. So start working on the slabs and then, okay.
Yes. Sounds good.
Alrighty,
Okay, thank you so much.
no problem.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, so let's move on to Dimitri.